Beats Planet.
Testing. What's happening, y'all? Come on in. Sit down. Let me put that there. Let me move this to the side. Let me make sure my chat box is visible. There it is. Can y'all hear me well? Do I need to cut this up a little bit? Should I play with the settings just a smidgen? Let me know what we like, because once I get going, ain't no stopping us now. Ain't no mountain high enough. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this. So let's get this going, okay? So I'm going to be speaking, and I'm gonna do a lot of talking, but I also want to hear y'all's opinions on this. Because I know a lot of people are gonna have opinions that I may not necessarily agree with. But that doesn't mean you should be silenced, right? I have no interest in silencing anyone in their opinion. However, the smoke is free. Oh boy, you thought the Peasky Whiskey was free. The smoke is free. If I quote modern philosopher Brad Jordan, aka Scarface, I bring it to you full throttle. And if anybody looking for pain, I brought the full bottle. Okay? That's kind of where I'm at right now, okay? So let's get started. The number to call into, because I do want to hear what y'all got to say, and I'm not going to silence y'all, but there will be smoke. But the number to call in, 515-606-5187, access code 309104. It's in the description. It's in the title. It should be in my chat box somewhere. Nene, hold me down. It is on the screen. All right? So let's do this. So let me just start by saying I understand. Okay? Whatever emotion that you may go through as a Cowboy fan, I totally get it. And don't let my voice confuse you, because I'm rather pissed off right now. Not at the Cowboys. No Cowboys. I'm not pissed off at them. But I'm pissed off at these fans. And it's not really everybody in my chat box, because I like to think that the chat box and comment section, or the audience, tends to mold to the act. You know what I mean? So if I'm speaking logically and I'm dogging people that speak illogically, then a lot of illogical people won't listen to what I got to say. But I know that there's going to be some opinions, and part of what I think my job is, as a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber, is to educate and bring a different perspective and thought. Okay? Now, I could go out here and chase views. Trust me, I know exactly what to put out to chase views. But I've made the decision to educate and direct and also get views. Let's leave that there. So when I speak to y'all, when I speak to my audience, whoever may be listening at the time, I try to speak from a coach's standpoint. I was blessed enough to know what that feels like from a player, from a coach, from a fan standpoint, and from an observer. You know what I'm saying? And I got tenure as a Cowboy fan. You know what I mean? Like, I got time in. I think about my Cowboy equity like it's stacked up to the roof, because I take this thing seriously. When I look at some Cowboy fans, I think that they're on this trial period where they can just switch teams or cancel the sub or change to another team after a 7-day trial period, you know? And when I redirect people and they got time in, they got equity like me, they put their finger on their chin, or they point to their temple, they look up in the sky and they go, I see what you're saying, Voch. I appreciate your perspective. I see things differently now. Some people, regardless of how much sense you make, they'll still choose to walk in the darkness alone just to think what they want to think. And that's okay. So when I offer perspective, I can't offer it as a fan because fans are supposed to be emotional. And there is a piece of me that is emotional. However, I can't tell you how to feel. I can tell you how to think, though. I can 100% try to influence a way that you think, but I cannot tell you how to feel. And we should all feel bad about this. But if we think for a second, we can feel bad, but still approach this thing logically and move on with our lives. What I've seen from some of these trial period Cowboy fans, I see no thinking. And it makes me wonder, like, man, if I could just get hands on them for a second, can I change how they think? If I could offer a little bit of perspective to that person, can I somehow change how they think? So when I watch this game in a grand scheme, right, and I don't want to comment on anything that's super detailed because I would like to wait till the all 22 film comes out. I can't stand when somebody think they got all the answers and they only watched the game one time. That make my ass itch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give you any super detailed analysis until I've watched the all 22 and I know exactly what I'm talking about. I refuse to lead y'all astray just to say, oh, I said this, I said it first, I know what I'm talking about. Modern day philosopher Aubrey Graham, he says, it's not about who did it first, it's about who did it right. Preach. I would rather be right at the end of the day. But in the grand scheme of things, we lost the game by 2. If you look at the drives that I would consider important and missed opportunities, it would be 4 of them. 4. One of them is an Ezekiel Elliott fumble. One of them is a Jason Witten fumble. One of them is a Randall Cobb drop in the back of the end zone. And another is the very end of the game when we down by 2 and we only need 3 and we can't execute a second enough to get into field goal range. You know what I'm saying? So if those 3 drives were different, this game is different. This ain't a situation like, for example, right? Because I see him in the chat box right now. This isn't like, oh, I'm in okay, watch this. If I was an Eagles fan and my defensive backs are trash and the other team is picking on my defensive backs, then I would feel terribly about my football team. Or if I was like the Tennessee Titans and I go out against whoever the hell the Tennessee Titans play and my offensive line gave up 6 sacks or something, boy, I would lose a little bit of sleep. This was all execution errors. This was all us lining up to play. And the peanut gallery can say whatever they want. And I would love for the peanut gallery to call in because smoke is free. Smoke and Peasky Whiskey is free today. I would rather have a problem that I can fix immediately. Everything that happened last Sunday, everything that happened last night can be fixed immediately. Whether you think Ezekiel Elliott fumbled or not, because once again, I look at things from a coach's perspective. I try to be rational. I never want to be in a situation where I'm saying it's the referee's fault that we lost. If it comes down to a referee call, then the game was too close and we didn't deserve to win anyway. Never want to say that. So you can say Zeke didn't fumble because I don't think Zeke fumbled. But what can we do to avoid a situation like that? Just hold on to the ball. Whether you fumbled or not, going onto the ground, don't make it that close. If you're Jason Witten, hold on to the ball. If you're Randall Cobb, catch the football. If you're Amari Cooper, we know you can get separation without putting your hands on people. Now, I encourage my receivers to be physical. If I'm coaching receivers, every receiver coach I've been around has preached physicality. There's a lot of hand fighting involved with wide receiver versus DBs. And at the top of the routes, I think you're allowed to use your hands. So those 2 Amari Cooper PI penalties, they were problems for us. Am I saying that they were warranted? Am I saying that the referees are right? I'm not saying that they were right, but I'm saying that if we know how this works, if I'm Amari Cooper and I got hit for offensive pass interference from using my hands for beating a DB like I've beat DBs my whole career, then for the rest of the game, I need to go, let me pull out my bag of tricks because I'm not going to be able to use my hands here. You see how that works? You see how that works? So I don't want to make the excuse that it's the referee's fault because it's not. You fumble 2 times, you drop a pass in the back of the end zone, you don't block up front. I mean, that's what happens to you. Penalties as well. That's what happens to you. I don't feel terribly about this game at all. I don't. I'm only pissed off at the people and their opinion of whose fault this is. That's the only thing I'm relatively upset about. The Saints played a fantastic game. They played a good game. Other teams got to line up to play us too. And I know Cowboy fans want us to win with all the style points in the world. They want us to come out and drop 30 points in the first quarter. They want us to come out and look like and play Madden with. But no, this isn't about button inputs. This ain't about button inputs. It's about player execution. It's about players executing their particular job. And we didn't do that. Eddie Burrows in the chat box says, stop caring about people's opinion. Well, Eddie, if I don't care about people's opinions, then it'll be my fault why so many people are led astray. I do this YouTube thing because I like to inform people. My very first video ever was Ezekiel Elliott is better than Derrick Henry. Like, that was my first video ever. I like to inform people. And there have been plenty testimonies on this show. There have been plenty testimonies on this show about how I've encouraged better football thought. I love encouraging better football thought. So no. Plus, I'm 27-year-old Voch, and I'm super energetic, and I love smoke, and I'm just full of energy and vigor and great vengeance and furious anger. I'm full of all that. So when I'm like 35 or so, I mean, then I'll start caring about what people think. You know, when I'm dropping like one film session a week, when I'm not doing think pieces, when I'm not fussing with people online, sure, then I'll stop. But as of now, I'm not. Admins in the chat box, can y'all keep Eastside Herald on a constant timeout tonight? I don't want to see Eastside Herald's face. I don't want to see his face acting like the Texans better than us. We'll beat the shot at them. Anyway, pointing fingers is what. Thank you, Nene. Pointing fingers is what I'm mostly kind of pissed off about. I see people say it's Kellen Moore's fault or it's Jason Garrett's fault. I saw somebody say this. I saw somebody say we should fire Jason Garrett and put Rod Marinelli as the head coach and then put Chris Richard as the head coach next year. Rod Marinelli was 0-16 with the damn Detroit Lions as a head coach. Why would we do that? Why would we do this? Had nothing to do with Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett didn't make Ezekiel Elliott fumble. Jason Garrett did not make Robert Quinn drop. He did not make Jason Witten fumble. What is this? What is that? What is that? People refuse to blame their players. They refuse to blame player execution. And they'll kind of handpick. They'll handpick who they want to blame things on based on their 7-day trial period. Example, I know Cowboy fans been trying to kick Jeff Heath off a bridge for years, especially all offseason. Jeff Heath had a pretty damn good game last night. Let Jeff Heath do one thing wrong next week, then it's fire Jeff Heath. Kellen Moore has 3 games. One weird game where it comes down to a lot of little different stuff. Like I said, I'll focus on the super detailed stuff later, and we'll come back to this chat box at a different point. But then you want Kellen Moore fired. You know, the defense gave up 4 field goals. Now the defense is terrible. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And that's why I'm glad I got the phone lines open today, because I want all kinds of smoke today. I want anybody that disagree with me, I want to hear it. I need that today. I just want to know what y'all got. And if y'all don't want that, then we just won't go there. It just is what it is. But I'm providing you this platform to feel however you want to feel, providing this platform to act however you want to act. I'm not worried about this. I'm not going to lose any sleep about this. I'm not mad at the loss. A loss is a loss. Saints played well. Congrats to the Saints. Don't fumble the ball twice in one quarter anymore. We can't drop balls in the end zone. Fix the penalties. And that's it. Let's get into the phones, though. Let me make sure my sound is kosher. And then I'm going to go to the phone. We got some people on the phone. All right. I guess people like my show a little bit. We got some peoples on the phone. We're going to do this like we've been doing it every day this Chris, what's up, man?
What's up, Captain? How you doing, man?
Now,
hey, man, my throat's a little parched, man.
Chris, let me just tell you something, man. Let me just tell you something. We not getting no war call today because we ain't earned it. We ain't pouring no. We gonna have to drink regular room temperature tap water today. You know what I'm saying? Until next week, till we do this thing next week, bro.
Well, listen. I understand the disdain.
Sure.
I hear the agitation in your voice. You know what I'm saying? And only because you a diehard, true blue. Yeah. You ain't had the opportunity like me and so many of the other fans to understand to sit on top of the mountain and piss on the rest of the world because you the champ. But you are, by far, the best one. My favorite YouTuber by far. Let me get that out the way.
Oh, man.
Second of all, don't nobody deal with that low-hanging fruit, man. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's about lining up, mano a mano, man on man, and dealing with the little stuff.
Yeah.
It's in the trenches. We got whipped up front. Sheldon Rankins, Davenport, the other defensive end. I can't remember.
Cam Jordan. Yeah.
Cam Jordan. And Malcolm Brown played like he was back in Texas.
Sure.
He thought he was playing in the Red River Valley. Them jokers played up front. They did their thing, and at the end of the day, if you can't control the line of scrimmage, this is some of the basic Voch 101, understanding of football.
Sure.
If you don't control the line of scrimmage, you cannot control and dictate the game. I don't care how great your skill players are. You can't do anything about it. You didn't control the line of scrimmage, therefore you couldn't run, which took away some from the play action, which left you more time for them to drop back 5 and 7 in coverage. And it was to the point you were dealing kind of left-handed. You had Amari. He was playing with a first-round draft pick. Marshawn Lattimore is a top-flight corner. I never understood why you didn't pick on Eli Apple. I was crying for that all night.
Sure.
Get on his ass. I don't care. I could have put my unborn grandchildren on Eli Apple, and I'm looking to get a daggone 5 to 7 yard completion.
Facts.
That's what I'm looking for. So, ticked off, but this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it without fail. I don't fear them.
There you go.
I want to see them in the playoffs.
I want to
see them in the playoffs. I want to be at full strength. They at full strength. Bring Drew Brees back. Let me bring Michael Gallup back. Let me get Blake a little bit more indoctrinated in the offense. Let me get my young cousin who only played like maybe 3 snaps.
Yeah.
Tony. Yeah. Hey, Voch, I thought, you know how you like to rip your shirt off and flex. Because like you say, you're younger. You like to show your guns off. You do a Keto Voch.
Right.
When I saw them run young Tony out there on the linebacker on that third down they got the pass interference on, I said, that's what I've been looking for all night.
Sure.
That should have been the go-to all night. Put that joker in space and make him chase Tony all night. This could have been the Tony Pollard coming out party. That's what you wanted to have happen.
Sure.
Because then you would have had to dictate and rotate coverage. You'd have had to go ahead and put another cornerback in the game when he came in. That takes another big body out the box. Boom. That's young, smart, energetic. My OC Kellen Moore seen it. So now he's seen it. He'll take that. He'll learn. And guess what? Bring on Green Bay.
Yep.
Bring on Green Bay. I said let's go 11-5. That was what I said from the beginning. I'm winning the division, and this our year, man.
Yep.
Hey, bro, I've been waiting for you all day, bro. I'm glad. I'm so glad, and I'm gonna get out the way. I'm so glad, man, that you are not quick to the draw.
Yeah.
Let me get a click. Let me get my frustration out on the world in front of everybody before going back and analyzing what you saw.
Sure.
Because the Bible says it plainly, man. You got to be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. You my dude, Voch, man. You my dude. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate it, man. Call in next week. We're gonna be celebrating drinking water, man.
Hey, man, we got to drink it down, man. You be good, brother.
Yeah. La da 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 da. Who else on the phone? Let's go to Brian Brown. Brian Brown, what's up, man?
Oh, what's going on with you?
The water real room temp over here, lukewarm. I hate it, but it's all good. What you got for the show?
Oh, I was at the game. New Orleans water's terrible.
Yeah. Louisiana water as a whole, sir. Talk to me.
I'm going to have to say this. As disappointed everybody is with the team, with the coaching staff, the biggest reason why we lost is we lost a turnover battle. It's hard to win in the NFL when you give the ball away. We gave them basically 6 points.
Sure.
And we lost by 2.
We gave away 6 and Cobb dropped one in the end zone, so that's 12 to 13 points. Yep.
Yeah, we didn't convert on the gift that our defense got for us, the interception.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to convert those, and nobody can say anything bad about our defense.
Sure.
Our defense.
Well, no, because people are saying bad things about our defense, which is crazy to me.
It's idiotic, because they gave up 12 points.
Sure.
This was with 2 turnovers from us, and they got an interception that we converted into points.
Sure.
So you can't say anything bad about the way the defense played. The defense was phenomenal last night.
Sure. I agree, man. Like we'll get better. We'll get better at it. Robert Quinn, nasty though.
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hey man, we're gonna talk about all the players at some point after these phone calls go through. Boy, Robert Quinn. Yeah. Woo. I don't want to sound too celebratory because we lost or whatever, but man, Robert, man, if he can get us 1 to 2 sacks a game, I mean, let's be great again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And Voch, at the end of the day, we're still 3-1, and we'll be 4-1 after next week.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Brian Brown.
All right.
Man. I would love to watch some film tomorrow, y'all, but I gotta go fishing tomorrow. So I'll watch film later that night. But somebody asked me yo, Voch, you still gonna drop 3 film sessions this week? I'm not gonna run from y'all. I'm not running from no smoke. Hell yeah, I'm dropping 3 films this week, and we're doing lives and we doing all this. I was with my family yesterday watching the game with them because the Mississippi Cowboys versus Saints is a big deal. That's why we didn't do this last night. But we don't run from no smoke, man. 100 grand, what's up, bro?
Hey, man, what it is, man, what it is.
Talk to the good people, my good sir.
Listen, man. I'm watching the game. Seen the ghost of Lenahan just walk through the building.
That's not fair. 100 grand. That's not fair. Come on now. The Saints made us earn the Saints made us earn, and we didn't earn it. I don't want to let you finish because I know where you're going with that. I know where you're going. All right, fine. Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Finish.
Let me finish.
Fine.
Great teams also can adjust, and great teams also make their own luck. I understand. You talking about we didn't execute. They were stronger than us. That's back in the day, Cowboys. Oh, we got the best offensive line. We should just run the ball and just maul everybody.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing here.
No.
I see what you're doing.
That's not how this works, fam. Where's the misdirection plays? What did the Saints do to us all day?
I see what you.
We gonna take it over here. We gonna throw it over there.
I will refrain from answering detailed questions. I will refrain.
Am I lying or am I speaking fact now?
I will refrain.
We gonna take it over here. We gonna throw it over there. We gonna throw a snap to our backup quarterback. Y'all think he gonna throw it, but guess what? He run a 4.3 and we gonna get about 10 yards. Come on.
When the all 22 drops, I will answer all of your questions. But as of now, I will refrain from saying anything incriminating about my offense or my defenses, players, coaches, and personnel. Hello. Well, $100,000 got the Obama trap phones. We're gonna let him call back. Uncle Dave said I'm on the line, nephew. I'm gonna hold on. Okay, let me go ahead and get you in. Let me scroll and find you because we got all the platinum callers. Platinum calls don't even apply today because everybody that's called in is platinum. So y'all hanging there with me. Dave, what's good, man?
Nah, not a whole heck of a lot. That's two games that I haven't seen in person. I seen two different second half.
Well,
second half.
Well, you need to quit going to games in person because it seems to be a trend here.
I'm tired of watching it on TV, so I just floated on over in Arlington for a little bit, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna scoot on over here to this game and then fly back.
I understand.
So I got here like 20 minutes ago. So the bags are down. I got my drink, and there it is. But
okay, thanks for listening,
man. I was watching Law last night.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep, I was watching Law last night, and the question he was asking was about where was Tony Pollard? Where was Tony Pollard, and where's this pre-snap movement that they've been doing? There wasn't too much RPOing going on on the offensive side. And
let me answer that. Then.
He was listening to the 105. That fan shit, and they were talking to Mickey, and he's talking about the crowd noise. The crowd noise had no effect on what was going on. I'm there in person, so I could hear Dak putting out the call. If you don't execute, you're not going to complete the play.
Absolutely. So let me say this though. Let me say this because I see this often. Let me say this. Everybody listen. In terms of pre-snap motion, you only use it when you need to. You know, if the defense if they're hiding, displacing people, if they're giving you funky looks, that's when you need pre-snap motion to uncover what they're doing. But they didn't hide what they were doing. They were just
they weren't hiding it.
They just lined up.
They just lined up.
So that's one
all
reason.
It is. But I'm not mad about the loss. It's only 2 points.
Sure.
We got another game next week.
Sure.
And what I was looking at, it was just a defensive battle.
Yeah.
So I didn't leave pissed off. I left a little confused, but I wasn't mad about it. And both defenses lights out. The one player for our defense that stood out to me was Quinn.
Yeah.
I think he was the only one that was balling. He's the only one balling. As soon as that ball got an inch off the freaking ground, he's already in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
That man, I think he's the only one that came to play. He's the only one that came to play.
Well, Van Der Esch and Jeff Heath did okay.
Well, they did okay. I can't hate on that. And I'm not one of those ones like, he but did it. Yeah, you need to cut ties with him. Why everybody always hating on that? But before I get off this phone, I'll just revert to something way back in 2016 when Green Bay was having their problems.
Sure.
And Aaron Rodgers just said it best.
Relax.
RELAX.
Sure.
Relax.
100%.
It's all going to be good. So I'm out of here.
Appreciate it, Uncle Dave. Thanks for the super chat too, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. People were asking, yo, Voch, why aren't we RPOing? Why aren't we play actioning? Well, hell, if you can't get the run going, what you gonna fake the run for? You know what I'm saying? Like football happens in phases, in stages. They're like building blocks. You know what I mean? And I promise, like, I be getting these 40,000 view videos, but I promise ain't nobody watching them. or they just cut my videos on and listen to the instrumental in the background. Like, we got to earn everything that we get. You know, we're a very reactive offense right now. That seems to be what we're doing. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with going out there, jabbing, figure out what's going on, make an adjustment and then play. I don't mind that, but we got to execute when it's time. And I think when we figured out what was going on, we stopped executing. And if you look at the past few games, it'll take us to the middle of the second or the third quarter to really figure it out. So they were giving us the run. Okay, they didn't just let us throw the ball, and that's a fantastic strategy. So now what we got to do as an offense, we got to run the ball. If we can't run the ball, there's no RPO. We can't run the ball, there's no play action. If we can't run the ball, we really can't go deep. So people saying, where are the adjustments? Where were the adjustments that we made? Okay, cool. You remember once upon a time we was dropping back and making throws? Cool. We turned that into rhythm throws. We took shorter drops and we got rid of the ball quicker. Okay? I know y'all noticed that. When we got rid of the ball, and that made the corners come down. And when the corners came down, we hit Blake drawing up the seam because it was available. We earned that. And then when we got to the 1 yard line, we ran it with Zeke. Fantastic drive. Okay, now we got to restart it. They made an adjustment. Cool. We made another adjustment. Fumble the ball. We get the ball back. Hey, that same adjustment is there. That same thing that we saw earlier is there. Boom, fumble the ball. That's the problem. We can't have two fumbles, and we can't be in the red zone and could connect in the back of the end zone and drop it. Can't do it. People saying Marshawn Lattimore beat the shot of Amari Cooper. Cooper had 60 yards. If those two PI penalties didn't exist, that would be like what, 90 or like 100 or something? Come on now. Come on now. And I talked about pre-snap motion. Cool. All right, $100,000 called back with his Obama trap phone. All right, fam. Okay, go ahead. Okay, fam, what you were saying? $100,000.
Hey, man. Hey, as I was saying, and another thing too about Amari Cooper, you got to understand, his knee was hurt. He had a bum knee. He wasn't even 100%.
Sure.
And he was doing his thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that hindered us.
Sure.
You know, and I mean, I feel like we didn't go deep into the playbook because I feel like he's like, listen, we gonna see these boys in the playoffs, so we just gonna hold back. I felt like we were holding back. I really do. I felt like we were holding stuff back. We didn't go deep into the playbook and really try to beat them. That's how I feel. That's my opinion.
That's a fantastic notion. But I just think we just fumbled the ball twice, dropped one in the end zone, and had penalties.
But we were still in the game, though.
We were in the game the whole time, absolutely.
We were still in the game.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. And we only went deep one time. Listen.
Because we had to earn it, man.
I don't care.
I just explained that.
I don't care if nobody's open.
I just
you
explained.
Throw the ball
I just
deep.
explained.
You know pass interference. They might call it.
I just explained
throw the ball deep just to say, all right, safety.
I'm not trying to waste downs. I'm not trying to waste downs just throwing the ball deep.
Are you serious now?
You want to waste a down throwing the ball deep for no reason? I don't like wasting downs, man.
Back them boys up so you can get some RPO action, so you can get some run plays. You telling me you ain't going to just throw? Really? If you see the thinking and dunking ain't working.
You want to know what backed them up? You want to know what backed them up? Hitting Blake Jarwin going down the seam. You know how we got?
Yeah, but we did that one time.
Cause we had to earn it. Because we had to earn it. And look, we was about to do it again, but we had two fumbles in the third quarter. Put us behind. We was about to do it again. And we was moving the ball. Two fumbles in the third quarter. Back to back almost.
And granted, Cobb missed the pass. I felt like he should have caught it. It was right in his. It's two balls. If the ball hits your hands, you got to catch it. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Ball hits your hands. That's not on Dak at all. Everybody was saying Dak sucks. No, the ball hit his hand.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The ball hits your hand. I felt like, hey man, Zeke could catch the ball, motion Zeke, make Zeke do a slant, something. I just and Tony Pollard didn't get in the game at all. So that tells me Zeke was gassed. I know Zeke could play the whole game, but when you got fresh running backs coming in and out, that makes a difference.
I don't have a
difference, Tony.
I don't have a good reason why Tony wasn't in the game more. Maybe if I watched the film, I could come up with a reason or whatever. But Tony probably should have been featured a little more. Yeah, I agree there.
Yeah, I just things like that tell me they were holding back or something. Like it just really felt that way. I'm like, I understand. And the thing about it too with Dak, I feel like they would play man and then they would just switch it. Because they didn't move, they didn't do anything. None of that affected. So it felt like, all right, we're going to show him this look, but that's not what we're doing. Like, I really felt like that. So I feel like Dak going to see the film, he's going to grow from that. I feel like a lot of teams is going to do the same thing. We're not going to move anybody. We're going to stay right here.
Sure.
But it's going to be something else.
Sure.
Which is going to fool that. Like, and granted, nobody got the Saints. The Saints corners did a great job, other than Eli Apple, which is trash. But other than the Saints corners is pretty good. Other teams ain't got them corners. Green Bay ain't got them corners. Green Bay can't do what the Saints did. I'm sorry, they can't do it.
We'll see what happens. 100 grand. I got 1,000 callers, so I'll holler at you. Call me next week.
Right, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh man. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna play clock game with y'all. We're gonna do a long 2-minute clock though. Cause I got a bunch of callers and I want to get to all y'all. So we're gonna do a 2-minute clock game. I think that's fair. We're gonna do 2 minutes. There we go. Cause I want to get to all y'all. I want to hear what all y'all gotta say. Everybody on the phone line right now, be aware that you're on a 2-minute clock. So let's get in, get your points, and we gonna run it. Brandon, what's up?
What's going on, Voch? How you doing, man?
Everything's everything, brother. What you got for the show?
So I'm going to dip into, my bag of comments that I got for my video that I'm trying to record.
Go ahead.
I got a few bullet points.
Sure.
Like the first quarter wasn't like as bad as everybody think. Like my first 3 bullet points is Robert McQuinn is really good, not double-lined that and circled it.
Sure.
And Awuzie displayed great body awareness with his pick to contort his body to control the ball.
Yeah.
The only bad thing that I feel is everybody talks about like the Randall Cobb drop in the end zone.
Sure.
I feel like Dak put the ball a little bit too far out of his reach.
I agree.
But Randall Cobb's hands touched it.
I agree.
So he should have been able to catch it by the rule of things.
Sure.
And the thing that I'm most mad about, I'm mad that the fair weather fans are really affected by like the people that hate the Cowboys. They're trolling.
Sure.
Because they are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Like they're supposed to be making the memes and things like that.
Yeah.
If you are gonna let your faith be wavered by one loss, then you got a long way to go. And just like you said, coaches can't really change player performance and execution. But I am kind of upset that the play calling wasn't more flashy as the game could kind of allow it, because it was a close game the whole way through. And like 100 Grand said that he thinks that they keeping the playbook like closed up a little bit. I don't agree with that. I think it's kind of stupid. It's a quarter way through the season. This ain't the preseason no more. It's about to get hard to stay vanilla throughout the whole season.
True. I think Kellen gonna learn from all this though, man. Like, we're gonna look at it on the film and we're gonna realize that the game wasn't really out of hand. I mean, we lost. I mean, shouts out to them because they big. Let me pause time for this. Big shouts out to Teddy Bridgewater. Big shouts out to him. And I think this hurts a lot of Cowboys fans because we underestimated him and thought we were just gonna go in and he was just gonna roll over and You know what I'm saying? Now Teddy, if you want to talk about driving the bus, he did a fantastic job getting the ball to Michael Thomas, getting the ball to Alvin, and just going from there. That's a fantastic. He did what he was supposed to do. Kudos to him. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. So I'm starting your time back up.
Teddy stopped the bus and changed the oil on it.
He changed it. You know what I'm saying?
He got the tires changed.
Yeah.
He got the engine service. Yeah, he got the 100,000 mile service done and everything.
Shouts out to young Teddy, man.
Absolutely. Like, I think that the fans got too.
Hey, Brandon, it's your time, man. I gotta go, man. Appreciate it. Hey, Brandon. Hey, time out. Plug your YouTube though, real fast.
The YouTube is Frankly Football. That's why I do like my daily and weekly videos about the Cowboys and little think pieces surrounding them. Please give it a watch to all of my videos and subscribe if you like.
All right, peace.
Peace.
I tell you what, if Brandon didn't have a YouTube that I wanted him to plug, I'd have got his ass up out of there. But let's go. Let's go, Chief Red. What's up?
Man, what it do, bud?
Where you at? What you in a helicopter? What you work for NASA? Where you at?
Hell yeah, I'm on my way to Pluto, big dog. You know what's going on.
I got you, player. What you got for the show?
Man, first of all, 100 grand. You talking about Green Bay ain't got them corners? I ain't no Green Bay fan, but obviously you must have been paying attention. Don't let them fool you with the game they had against the Eagles, man.
Yeah.
Green Bay has a legit secondary. They just up and coming. They don't have the name yet because they haven't been doing it for a long time. But Green Bay has some corners, has some safety.
Josh Jackson, Kevin King, and Yair Alexander. I wanted to draft all those guys, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Adrian Olmo, Darnell Savage. Oh yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah. I think y'all need to take a page out of Andy Reid and the old New England Patriots and start running a lot more screens because y'all have backs that are like maybe y'all your first and your third and fourth best players on the team. You gotta find a way to get them guys the ball and just let them do what the hell they get paid to do. Okay, you know, he can run the ball very well, but gave this man a big ass contract. Shit, give him the ball some kind of way. He needs to learn how to run a flat route. Still, give him the ball.
Yeah.
If he's supposed to be the $50 million man, hey, Zeke needs to produce. You can't just say, oh, we took him out of our running game. No, buddy, you need to find another way to get him the ball because Zeke in the open field is dangerous. Not as dangerous as some other backs, but he is one of the most dangerous backs. Just for damn sure. Y'all defense came up great, though. But all in all, this is one of those ugly-ass games where y'all should have found a way to win. Y'all should have found a way to win.
Sure.
Hopefully, this is a very good film room session for the whole Dallas Cowboys team. We need to be deep in film to figure out what the hell going on because these are the ugly games that you got to come up with. But it's just one loss, so I don't feel too bad for y'all. Y'all will shake back.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Chief Red.
Good, Nick.
Something else I was thinking about too in terms of Cowboy fans how they think. Let me stop the clock there. In terms of Cowboy fans how they think, like don't nobody want to give Chris Richard no you know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to fire Jason and Kellen but hire Chris Richard. Let's talk about this. Talk about not playing Tony. Let's fire Kellen for that. Let's talk about Chris Richard a little bit. I'm not blaming Chris Richard because I think the defense played fantastic. I think the defense played well. And I think player execution is key. However, why do we get away from the whole put Jordan Lewis on Alvin conversation and the whole Byron Jones follow Michael Thomas thing? Why do we get away from that? Because what I noticed, and the Saints are very smart for this, the Saints kept Michael Thomas the hell away from Byron Jones. Oh, the Saints, oh goodness, that was the smartest thing. They kept Michael Thomas the hell away from Byron Jones. And Michael Thomas had most of his catches on Chido Awuzie. And out of the slot versus Anthony Brown. I would have liked to have seen us utilize our corners to our full potential. And if we gotta bump Jordan to the outside to put Byron in the slot to cover Mike, then do what we gotta do. Or put Anthony Brown to the outside, let him kind of deal with whack ass Tay again or whatever, just to let you know what I'm saying? Like I would have rather that than for them to play matchup with Michael Thomas across the board. So that's one thing that we could have, the defense was fine, but that's one thing I think the defense could have done better. Could have done better to let Byron chase around Michael Thomas. But like I said, I'm not going to say anything super detailed until the film comes out, and I'm going to really break it down there. But I should have seen a lot more of that. Let me reset my clock. And Colin, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Everything. What you got for the show?
Man, look. Hey, my watch still tastes fine.
Mine don't.
I'm not going crazy because of one loss. And I want to say this. This is a public service announcement. But some of you so-called Cowboys fans are so typical.
Yep.
Like, every time, so typical. Like, it's like, man, look. Learn football, man.
Yep.
defense that know one another, that have history playing one another.
Sure.
It's gonna be a game like that. It's gonna be ugly.
Sure.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like all this talk. Alvin Kamara run the ball. Our defense can't cover. Last time I checked, Michael Thomas did score a touchdown. Alvin Kamara didn't score a touchdown. I mean, he can only hold was like what 3 field goals. So last time I checked, I'm pretty sure our defense is really good.
Yep.
So all this talk about we pay D-Law all this money. Well, first thing, D-Law, didn't play trading cap all that much. He's coming off of surgery. He's still getting used to it. So all this talk about we gave him all this money. Look, I don't want to hear none of that, man, because if you a so-called Cowboy fan and you is done after this one loss, it's not like we got our ass whooped. It was just one of them games like, hey, the Raiders came to play. Plain and simple.
Sure.
So all this talk about, I'm done, fire Jason Garrett, typical every time. So it's like, bro, just get off. Just watch something else. Don't watch football. Watch soccer or something. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, Colin. That's your time, man. That's your time. I appreciate you, man. Great call. Man.
No problem. You do your thing, bro.
Yes, sir. Salute. Go watch soccer or something. go watch soccer or something. Let's see. Somebody in my chat box talking about some, yo, Voch ain't getting me. He ain't getting 718 on the phone because my platinum callers come first, man. My damn platinum callers have proven themselves. My platinum callers have privilege. Ain't that right, Dominique?
Yes, sir.
What you got?
Been waiting for this, but it's all good, bro. I've been chilling, listening to the conversation, so it's all good with me.
Appreciate you,
but
bro.
Man, yes, sir. It's a couple things I've been sitting thinking about, and 100 grand always beat me to my damn thoughts. Like I hate that shit. Dang. But but first thing I want to say is I'm a eye test person when it comes to the game, and then stats come after to back up what my eyes saw.
Sure.
Looking at the game, and I know you don't want to go this way, but for a fact, I can tell you that this was a Jason Garrett game plan. Kellen Moore said in the offseason that it's always going to be a collaborative effort, and he's going to take input as the season progresses. So with that being said, I can definitely see that this was a Jason Garrett game because I watched this game 3 times already.
Okay.
And I know you don't really want to get into the details, but just from the tendencies, the situational plays that we ran, it all screams Jason Garrett. And for another thing that confirms what my thought is, he's always been the type of person that wants to run the ball and pound the ball in a hostile environment. So, I mean, with that being said, I'm putting this at the hands of the coaching staff. I'm the type of person I want to give you your flowers when you're doing good, and I'll give you your critiques when you're doing bad.
Sure.
And if this was Kellen Moore, then I'll give Kellen Moore his critiques, and we can move forward. But from what I saw, I feel like it was JG.
What I think happened, and like I said, like I'm gonna really get detail when the film comes out or whatever, but what I think happened, I think we looked at our positives and negatives on paper first. I don't necessarily think it was about being conservative. I just think it was about what was going to be the best course of action. Let me pause your time real fast. I think it's all about the best course of action. And like we know Gallup is down or whatever, but cool. But we've had some really good games running the football. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what we've been doing, being able to block well, because the offensive line has been playing great, blocking well and running the ball, we would use those run plays to then set the pass up. If we never got going with the run, it was going to be hard for us just to come out and pass.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, like I said, and people want to talk about Jason not making adjustments. I saw adjustments. And the adjustments that
Yeah,
I saw,
the third quarter, of course.
absolutely, we switched to a quicker cadence, quicker
And
passing.
yeah, the tempo was amazing in the
Tempo,
third to start.
tempo was top tier. The cornerbacks came down. Blake drawing up the seam. Zeke touchdown. That was a fantastic adjustment. The problem is we couldn't keep doing it because Zeke and Jason Witten fumbled twice in the third quarter. That's the big problem. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, for me personally, I'm not placing this at the hands of the players a lot, even though we did make a lot of mental mistakes and we didn't execute the game plan that was given to us. I feel like situationally, like the coaching staff dropped the ball. Because, like, hear me out on this.
Okay.
In the situation at the end of the game, when the Saints have the ball, it's more than 2 minutes to go. We still have all our timeouts. We can put ourselves in a situation where we can try and stop the clock, make them stop, get a stop, and then possibly get the ball before the 2 minutes or right after the 2 minutes, so that we can have a little bit more time. But say we can't do that and the same situation happens.
Sure.
If we get 3 more seconds, 4 more seconds on the clock, maybe 5 at most, we can get one more pass play in towards the sideline, 15 yards. We can get a 58, 59-yard attempt by Maher. I would feel so much better about that. But, again, situationally, we dropped the ball, in my opinion, at the end of the game with what we were trying to run and trying to get down the field. That's another reason I was feeling, my eyes were telling me that this was JG's doing.
I think we had a lot less time on offense because we did allow them to convert one first down when we were trying to get the ball back. I think the Saints had the ball like 4 minutes left, which is a lot of time, and we allowed them to bring that thing down to like 1 minute or something like that, something crazy like that. Right.
110, 120.
Sure, and I don't want to put all that pressure on defense like that because that's the hand that we were dealt. Defense did a good job, like they did a good. But if they would have gave us one less first down, then we would have had a lot more time, and I would feel a lot better about our offense at the end of the game. I ain't trying to let Maher kick no 58 yarders. I'm sorry. I mean, I've seen him do it.
I don't want to put it on him. Yeah, exactly. I've seen him do it, and I don't want to put it on him. But if that's what it has to come to, and that's all we got, it's all we got.
Yeah, I appreciate it though, Dominique. Man, it's a good call, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking my time, and you have a good one, bro. Stay up. Keep dropping a great content, G.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Sir.
La, da, da, da. Who else we got up on here? Let's reset my clock. Because sometimes if y'all give me some good conversation, I'll just pause the clock and just keep going. Jay, what's up, man? Jay.
Hello?
What's up, Jay? 817.
Hey, what's good, man?
What's good, Jay? What you got? What's up?
What's good with you, man?
Everything,
Hey,
man.
man, already. Nah, man, I was just dropping a little something in, man. Just want to say, man, my thing is, like some of the callers said, man, to me personally, man, it may sound crazy, man, but at the end of the day, it was like, I think it was just all came down to execution, man. That's just all it was, man. It was no, I think we came in with a game plan. Things kind of got, went a different way, mistakes, penalties, then with the turnovers and everything like that. I think everything went the way it was supposed to go. And plus, we're side-by-side state rivals. We don't like each other. So at the end of the day, it's going to be one of those type of games, just like it was last year, 13-10. Now this year it was reversed, 12-10, same thing. So at the end of the day, I'm not even upset about the game. Would I like us to win? Of course. But at the same time, we did everything we were supposed to do. The only problem that I did have is the decision that Dak made. It was a 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 4 or something like that. He had enough room to just run to get the first down.
Sure.
But he decided to throw it. So at the end of the day, that play before when we had the 3rd and I think it was 3rd and 6 or something like that, when Amari Cooper dropped, or was it Amari or was it
Cobb?
Cobb. Yeah. When he dropped it, the decision, if it was me as a quarterback, I was so mad at that because I'm like, you've already gave up a 3rd down the last drive when somebody dropped it. why would you not want to take it in your hands? You got a little bit of room instead of putting it in somebody else's hands for them to drop it again. I'm just saying, not saying that they, not trusting his receivers. That's the only thing I took from him. That's the only play I was really kind of pissed off about. But overall, man, pipe down, man. It went the way it was supposed to go. I think we just didn't execute. Point blank, period. That's all I really got. We just didn't execute.
Big facts, man. You right on time. Great call, man. I appreciate you, Jay. Great call.
All right.
Yeah, Dak probably could have stop. Dak probably could have used his legs a little bit more. I agree there, but I think we could have got it done in the air. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Dak will figure those things out. Let's see who. Let me see, because y'all been waiting. Y'all been waiting for years. 916. What's up? Who this?
This is Nick.
What's up, Nick? What you got for the show?
Just wanted to take a couple, dumb takes and myth busts for a quick second, and we see it all over the place. First off, this was a Garrett game thing. I hate this stupid take, because if you're gonna blame Garrett for bad games but praise Kellen Moore for good ones, then you're just not being objective.
Sure.
It's just not fair one way or another. And then if the defense has a great game, then are you giving Garrett credit for the defense having a good game, or are you still just only blaming him for the bad stuff?
I like this. Keep going. Keep going. I like this. Keep going. Shit.
Ridiculous.
Shit, go ahead.
Then blaming the refs.
Go ahead.
Look,
Keep
the refs
going.
was a real dumb. It was a bad game for calls on both sides. Whoever lost that game was going to blame the refs, right? If the Saints lost it, those refs might not have made it out of New Orleans, honestly.
Keep going, Nick. Let's go.
But on top of that, this whole Dak can't play well without Zeke. Zeke can't run. Dak doesn't look good either. No quarterback does. None look good. Because if you can't establish a run, then the defense gets to just pin their ears back and rush the passer. That's just what happened. That's why they busted into our backfield all day long. Everybody sucks.
You want to roll?
If you can't open the A gap, if you can't block the mic, then, that's execution. We didn't get it done.
Keep going, man.
So, look, this whole thing, and by the way, it was loud in there. I don't care what anybody says. That was a loud-ass stadium. The Saints don't lose at home. We held the Saints to field goals in their house, and that was on 2 fumbles that we gave them in the midfield line.
Yeah.
Anybody who cries about the defense not looking good wasn't watching the same game, because the defense was lights out. We had two players that combined for 20 tackles. Jalen and Van Der Esch had 11 and 9, 9 and 11 respectively for Jalen and Lake. We played an excellent game on defense. We did what you have to do. If you can't, everybody wants cool trick plays. Everybody wants to see games that look like the Miami game and the New York. The thing is, in both those games, we got good fundamental football from the get. We executed from the start. You have to be able to play fundamental football before you can play tricky fun football.
Don't worry about that clock, man. Keep going. Don't worry about that clock. You keep talking. You keep talking to these people. You keep talking to them. Don't worry about the clock.
Unless you execute the easy stuff first, unless you get the game going the way that you have an identity. We have an identity as a football team. If we don't play to that identity, if we have to go come out and play some wonky Matt Nagy fucking shit, then we're going to – sorry about my language. Then we're going to look like Trubisky out there.
Damn.
And
go ahead.
That's
go ahead. That's it. That's it.
No, I mean that's just about. The only thing I will say that I did think that we needed to take more advantage of, and my one kind of critique and whatnot was that they were running a lot of cover 2. They ran a lot of cover 2 out there, and that's where we got that touchdown with Jarwin right up the middle. And I did want to see them exploit the seam a little bit more than that, but at the same time, I really don't fault Dak for kind of the way that he was playing his game. We had, Devin Smith isn't nearly the route runner, doesn't have the physicality that Gallup has, so he was minus some weapons. And, he did lose some faith, I think, in Randall Cobb, because he was dropping passes and just not having a great night of football. So he was kind of trying to push the ball, in some of the shorter, simple routes. But again, that's what you do to build confidence for your quarterback. That's how you play fundamental football. You get a rhythm on offense. You get going and you get it moving. And, unfortunately, the pieces that are supposed to get that stuff going weren't really executing their job. Randall Cobb wasn't doing all that well. Devin Smith wasn't getting open. And so, we weren't able to do the fun, tricky stuff that makes those big plays happen, because we couldn't even get the execution in the trenches to begin with.
This call is fantastic. You say your name is Nick, right?
Yeah, man, we talked a few times. Yeah.
Somebody in the chat box say how you get platinum. This how you get platinum. You call in and you talk about that's what you get. That's what you get.
All right. Well, I'll take platinum.
Play it again. No, I'm not gonna play it again. We haven't earned it. We don't deserve it. We didn't play well. All right, man. But hey, Nick, you platinum as hell. Now I don't know why you went platinum first. I don't know, but you platinum as hell. Nah, man, that was a fantastic call, man. Get off the phone.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Damn, man. Man, it just warmed my heart a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I feel so much better when I hear people. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie B, you feel what I'm saying?
Yo, I feel what you're saying, baby.
That's
fantastic. What's going on with you, bro?
Fantastic, man. What's good, bro? What you got for the show, man? You got to follow that up.
Man, yeah, dude. Like, so whenever I started watching the game, you know, right before the game started, and that stadium went black, and then we lost the coin toss, kind of had a bad feeling about everything, man. And we came out. We weren't able to run the ball. They were.
Sure.
We weren't able to convert third downs. They were.
Mm.
You know, like our defense played really, really, really good, but we need some of them third down conversions to be stopped, you know, by them. But I don't know if it was the voodoo, you know, some New Orleans voodoo shit going on, man. Us dropping the ball, all the fumbles, man. We just simply didn't come out and execute, and that's why we got our asses whipped. That is why we got our asses whipped, man.
Totally agree, 100%.
And then on top of all that, we lost Tyron Smith at the end of the game.
Oh Lord!
And yeah, I know it, bro. I know it. But hey, we can't keep our heads down because of this, man. We can't win them all. This is a marathon. It ain't a sprint. So like, we just gotta pick up everything and get that going next week for the Packers. That bad man Aaron Rodgers, man. But we're gonna be all right. Somebody hold their heads down. We got a long season ahead of us. Dak and the offense will get back going like they always do. He always seems to have a bounce-back game. And, you know, man, I don't think I got too much else for you. It sucks, you know, but,
yeah.
You know, we still fans. We just go through this sometimes.
I appreciate it, man. Fantastic call, Ron. Man, boy, look, let me start the time. Boy, Nene texted me last night. She was like, "Oh my God, and Tyron hurt, heartbreak emoji." And I normally hate emojis, you know what I'm saying? I don't do too much fool with them. But boy, when I saw the heartbreak emojis and the cry face emojis, boy, I felt it. I felt that pain through the phone because listen, like I'm on record about how much I hate Cam Fleming. And how bad I think Cam Fleming is. And there are some Cowboy fans that wanted to vouch for Cam Fleming. Oh, he played for the Patriots. He's good. Man, look. Cam Fleming was at that thing for 5 plays. I feel like Cam Fleming got beat 5 times. I feel like he got beat 5. Come on, man. Come on, son. Let's get back to the phones, though. Let's go. Carlos, what's up, man?
Hey, what up, Voch? How you doing?
Everything, brother. What you got?
Hey, I know it's tough after a fucking Cowboys loss. Excuse my language, but man, you got to take it now, and we win some, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll give you 2 bullet points, and then I'll ask you a question. All right.
Go ahead.
First off, you can't play national football without football rhythm. All right. Basically, you can't shoot your own foot and expect to win on the road. All right. You can't do that.
Sure.
And I don't mind running, but you got to run differently, okay? If my sister is saying why are they just running down the middle, that's something wrong, okay?
Sure.
All right.
But
Cowboys haters, go ahead.
And let me pause the time real fast. Like I think in typical football fashion, and just based on the evidence I got from this team, I think we kept running the ball because I think that's what we were given. Defense gonna make us earn it, man. Like we not just some crazy Pat Mahomes team that can just throw the ball anywhere and just do whatever we want to do. Like you like we got to earn what we get, and we just simply didn't earn it. And if we would have run the football better, then we probably would have had a better passing product. But go ahead.
Yeah, and also for all those Dak haters and Cowboys haters coming out, y'all just wait. How many games is it? About 16? Yeah, about right now. So we're going to have like 18,
Sure.
19 going down to the Super Bowl in Miami.
Sure.
Don't worry.
Sure.
All right. And you know, bad luck and the drives basically just got us. And failure can only make yours better, but it depends on how you take it. And I know the team knows how to take it. So I'm not worried.
Hey, man. I agree. That's all you got, Carlos?
Now, and my last question is,
sure.
So I've seen a quarter of the season. I've seen how the Cowboys play. Sure. I've seen how they played against bad defense, and I've seen how they played against the Saints defense. My question is, now that we have Green Bay and all these other opponents coming up, I want to ask you, what do you think is the input of the this week coming up of the offensive scheme against Green Bay?
I think we're gonna beat the shit out of Green Bay, but that's just me, that's just me being who I am, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna feel that way. Also, like in terms of that though, if we catch the ball in the back of the end zone, don't fumble twice, and don't have penalties, I don't think we saying this offense is terrible or played terribly. I just think this is a product of we lost the game. You know what I'm saying? Tough games gonna happen. Tough games gonna happen, and when two good teams play against each other, you can win by 3. And if the final result is you winning by 3, then good job, team that won by 3. Hold on, good job, team that won by 3. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
So I just think we like this got a nasty little mark next to it because we lost. But if we would have won, we wouldn't be, it wouldn't be too much. But can the offense play a little better? We can absolutely play a little better though. Appreciate it, Carlos.
No worries. Take care.
Yeah. We're gonna beat the hell out of Green Bay. That's just me, That's just real talk. Hang up. There we go. Who is this? Keep. Man, you better have a good call too. You better have, because if you ain't got a good call, I'm cutting you off quick. 718. You've been in my chat box politicking for
Brooklyn in the house
for a smooth 30 minutes now. What's good, man?
First and foremost, brother. I really love your channel, man. Please, Daenerys, NYC, just hit me up. Let me know how to, support. Because I really do want to. I watch all your videos, your 90, your all 22 and all that. Right. It's truly amazing. Couple valid points. So, first and foremost, I feel like everybody's not really expressing themselves correctly when they say they can understand why it was a Garrett-led offense. Here's why. Okay. Garrett has this trait of being stubborn, where it's like, we're better than you, and we're going to do what we do. So the minute you see that you're constantly running into the A and B gap and getting stuffed, right? At that point, allow Zeke to run some outside zone. Toss it to him. Run the screen. We didn't do any of that. You know what we did? We lined up 11 first downs, ran on 7 of them, straight to the A and B gap, and got stuffed. We didn't do any ghost motion. Like I heard your uncle earlier where he said motion, doesn't have to happen all the time. I disagree. I feel like there is such a thing as ghost motion. There is such a thing as keeping the defense guessing and off balance. We ran 1 reverse to Tavon Austin. And if that gives us a better block, it probably goes for 20, right? Zeke can get to the edge, hurdle guys, make them miss. We didn't do any of that, right? Now, here's my other thing. I feel like we need to pump the brakes on thinking that the offense and Kellen Moore didn't quite adjust. If we don't fumble the rock, if Witten doesn't fumble the rock,
twice, yeah,
right? This is a totally different game, right? We moved the chains. Dak made some amazing throws where he hung in the pocket and hit Cooper on the curl, getting blasted. Nobody wants to talk about that, right? Accurate throw, no doubt, right?
Yeah. Totally agree. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, sure. Hello? Hello? Snake? Come on. Brooklyn, what's her name? Let me plug you in, Platinum, because that was a fantastic call. Brooklyn, what's her name? Come on. Oh, man, let me unlock the thing. Brooklyn, he in the chat box. Call back, man. What? You say the call dropped. Oh, no. Oh, let me unlock this thing. This man been waiting for 30 minutes. Brooklyn, call back, man. Oh, wait a minute. That's your time, man. Wait, I can't. I'm playing. Look, I just unlocked the phone, man. Call back, bro, because you was making some good points, and I wanted to address what you were saying. So call back, sir. Call back, and then we got some other Callers calling in. All right, cool. We'll keep this thing going. I have no problem. In the meantime, in between time, 210. What's happening?
Howdy. I was watching the game and like, I understand what some people are saying, but they're just hating sometimes.
Sure.
We try to execute our plays. We're in a loud stadium. I'm from A&M. You know how it is when you have a stadium loud. The other offense isn't able to play. Like
The conference has been locked.
last year, if you watch the Clemson A&M game at A&M,
sure,
we only lost to a field goal. We play at Clemson, forget about it. And that's what happened with the Cowboys. They played at a Saints loud stadium, hard to execute plays when you're not even able to think well.
Sure.
And then they tried their best, and they just had a few mess-ups that cost them the game. It's just, that's the way the ball rolls sometimes.
Sure. Totally agree.
Right.
Totally agree. I think a lot of Cowboy fans don't understand that both teams got to play. You know, like we're not going against air. Like there's actual defense that they game plan. They get paid to go up against us. They get paid to play against us as well. So we've got to execute. We got to do everything in our power to beat up on them. And if we don't do it, then it's not like a button input error where like it's Madden and you can just, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like that. I mean, you gotta show up and play. And we just can't have turnovers. We can't give the ball away. We just can't do simple football things that'll beat us. Yeah,
it's tough sometimes. And when I read that there are 4 defensive linemen are first-round drafts, I'm just like, what do you expect? Online's got to deal with a loud crowd. They can't really get their calls. They probably called the wrong mic on some plays on accident.
Sure.
And, you know, things just fall apart when that happens. And people are like, you shouldn't run the ball down the middle. If you can't establish that run down the middle, how are you going to establish the edges?
Fair enough.
Come on, that's where you get your double blocks. Your double teams are in the middle. Your edges are your one-on-one guys. You have your tight end blocking on the edge.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Hey, look, fantastic. Hey, look, let me do. What's your name, man?
Gabriel.
Gabriel?
Yeah.
I'm going to put you
Just
down.
call me like Gabe or Gab.
I'm going to put you down as Gabe. I just made you platinum, fam. Next time you call in, I got you. That was a pretty good call, man. Shouts out to Bryan, Texas. Appreciate it, man. Go ahead and get Gabe up out here. Now, Brooklyn. Now, listen, man.
The conference has been unlocked.
Now, Brooklyn. I'm unlocking the phone now, Brooklyn. I want you to call in, Brooklyn, so I can get your call in, so you can get all your points in, Brooklyn. I need to hear what because you was making some fantastic points, Brooklyn. But the New York Obama phone led you astray, brother Brooklyn. Would you please? Would you please call into the show so I can lock my conference back up so I can run through these callers and I go make fun of whatever's on the football television. Now, let's see. We didn't play our game. Thought about that with the president. Yep. Fantastic point, Miss Brooks. Fantastic point. Somebody tagged me early in the chat box. What they say? It says, okay, yes, that's cool. Voch, do you think Zeke fumbled? I don't think Zeke fumbled, but it don't matter. It don't matter because if it's that close, then it's our fault. If it's that close, it's our fault anyway. So I don't think Zeke fumbled necessarily, but if he holds on to the ball while he's on the ground, it ain't even a conversation. It's not even a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So just hold on to the ball, man. Just execute. I don't care if you're down. I don't care if you feel like you're down. Just squeeze the ball. That's it. That's it. Brooklyn ain't trying to call back, so I'm gonna lock my meeting. Been locked. And we gonna get these calls in here. Nobody's platinum left, so let's see what y'all got to say. 940. What's happening? Who this?
Yo, what's good, Voch?
What's happening?
Hey man, I know you say you wanted all the smoke, but I ain't the one, bro.
I mean, what you want to do?
Nah, man. I just discovered you this year after that week 1, bro, and
okay, appreciate it.
I've been listening to you ever since. I love what you do, bro. You fucking, my bad for cousin, but yeah, I love what you do, bro. You funny. I love listening to you, and it's like I'd rather listen to you than all these sports shows on TV. They jokes, but yeah, man.
Man, I appreciate you, bro. Salute.
It's tough. It's a tough loss, man. Like,
well, absolutely.
And all these fair weather fans and all these fake fans, all these bandwagons, you gotta ignore them.
Facts. I can't though, man, because I'm so young and I'm full of energy, man. Tupac say you got to ride when you young. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get
Yeah, man, I'm young too. You said you're 27. I'm 21. I don't know if you remember them Super Bowls. I wasn't even born. I've been itching for one.
I was born in '92.
I went to
I was born in '92. I ain't see them games, man. I ain't see them.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for the day, man. It's I can't wait.
It's gonna happen this year.
This year.
It's gonna happen this year.
Yeah, man. This is the year, bro. We got everything. It's just one game, and you hit on that earlier. Like, I'd rather lose in September than lose in January. Have all these mistakes. You said it's better than being like these other teams getting dotted up on defense, or the O-line can't block, or like, we ain't got that problem. We just got it's a lot to learn from this game. It's just one game. Like,
sure.
Can't panic. It ain't time to panic.
We just gotta fix mistakes. We ain't got a talent problem. We just gotta fix mistakes. That's it.
That's all it is, man.
Yep.
I can't wait to see you break it down throughout the week.
Yeah, man. Salute, man. I'm not gonna run from nobody. I'm putting out 3 film sessions just like normal. We gonna continue to educate the populace, constituents.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, teach them a thing or two, man.
Yes, sir. What's your name, man?
JJ.
All right, JJ. I just plugged you in platinum. Next time you call, you good to go. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you, Voch.
Yeah. Something else as well. Something else I wanted to say to the good people that's tuned in right now. So I got my Mississippi visit out the way. I went to go visit my people. It was fantastic. I loved every minute of it. It's time to do some meet and greets, some more meet and greets in Dallas, man. Now that I'm back or whatever. So, I'm going to pick a game to come to Dallas and just watch. It may be an away game or something. I think it'll be dope if it was an away game, to where like more people will be in the city. Like, we'll just, I don't know, like I'm going to get together with Brother Law Nation, see what he talking about. But just to kind of get like a little watch party together. I think that'll be dope. If we could just meet up at some establishment in Dallas, show up, fellowship, shake hands, dap, tell stories, talk ball, and watch television, watch the game, watch whoever the hell we playing that week. So I don't know when it's gonna be. I plan on going to a game this year. Don't know when it's gonna be. I tell you what, it might be the Patriots game. Hell no, because that's right before Thanksgiving, so I don't know. No, I don't know. I can't. Matter of fact, I think I might do that. That's the Thursday before Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is the 28th. We might do that. We might have. Y'all can hear me still. Can y'all hear me? Damn. What button did I hit to make my screen? Shucks. Hold on. Let me allow me to fix this, if I can fix it. We straight. Hold up, here we go. We got visual. Hold on. Hang tight now. Hello? Hello? Can y'all hear me? We good? Y'all can hear me? I can see the chat box moving, but I don't know if y'all... Talk to me. All right, cool. Damn, it said the call dropped, so shit. Let me set my phones back up. I hit the function button, and for some reason, the function button makes my computer goes out. It makes my computer go out. I hate it. I can't stand it, so I apologize. But I will set the phone lines back up to give y'all a chance to get y'all calls in, because I don't want to miss out on what y'all was saying. But
and 2 participants in this
man, I know that. But yes. We're going to have a meet and greet watch party type of deal. I think that'll be dope. So whenever I do that in November, I'm gonna go ahead and set that up. So y'all stay tuned for that and tell me if that's something y'all want to do. Call back into the show. Y'all know what the number is. I just reset the phone lines back up. Call back in and I'll get y'all back in, and we can wrap this show up. So, and then I'll go play my Nintendo Switch. 202, what's up?
What's up, guys, man?
What's happening, man? What you got for the show?
Not much, man. I just wanted to holler at you right quick, man. I've been watching you for a long time. Appreciate your work, man.
Salute, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man, I feel like this loss on everybody. Like,
Okay.
I feel like it's on the linebackers, the D line, O line. Our entire offensive line was getting destroyed the whole time. Run game couldn't get started.
Yeah.
Like Kellen ain't calling no screens. He ain't let Dak run. Our linebackers are getting blocked. We're letting our lines letting their interior get to the second level, man. That's why them long runs. Because Latavius Murray was getting 5 yards. Why? Ever is that happening? You know what I mean? Covington was in there, but I feel like he wasn't doing enough to really penetrate the run when he was in there, man. I feel like TP, man. Everybody's talking about TP should have ran. I'm like, yo, we touched the ball 9 times. Which of those possessions are you going to take the NFL leading rusher off the field to let Tony get a possession? We only touched the ball 9 times. You know what I mean? Every one of those possessions was like gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I feel like, man, that loss hurt because it was just everybody. Dak missed a couple ones, but I think if you give anybody a game ball, it's probably Dak or Rob. I mean, I don't give game balls for losses, but I just feel like even with Rob, man, he's getting too far field when he's rushing. That's why he's not getting home. He beat his man every time.
Robert
He's getting too
Quinn.
far field.
Robert Quinn could definitely benefit from a counter move back inside. I totally agree there.
Yes.
I 100% agree.
And he did one yesterday. You seen Collinsworth showed it.
Yes,
He went outside, kept going outside using that rip, and he went back inside, but he's not using it enough. You know what I mean? Or he's not staying tight enough where he can bend. You know what I mean? He's not using his bend enough to get home. Because he can sack Teddy. He could have had 3 sacks last night, easy. 3 full sacks. He just was getting too far. He did the same thing last week in Miami.
Sure.
And you showed it on the film. I'm like, man, these boys got to be. We can't keep playing like this when we play good teams because they showed some of these things that we saw last night. We saw it in the Miami game. We saw it in the Redskin game. But it was exploited last night. You know what I mean? They kept going underneath us with that screen because if we was getting upfield, screen, 10 yards. We like, man, they keep running this. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on the O-line?
That's a fantastic notion. I will refrain from making any detailed analysis until the all 22 drops because I just don't want to be misinformed up here talking or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'll definitely give my thoughts on it in a film session this week. So stay tuned, and we'll see. Appreciate you, bro. Salute. Thanks for calling.
The conference has been locked.
There we go. All right. Is this Brooklyn? Brooklyn.
Sir.
Okay, bro.
Yo, man. Sorry about that.
Hey, man, because your damn Obama phone.
Boy, let me tell you, this Sprint or no.
Boy, let Nas down, man. That phone let Nas down, bro. But okay, now finish what you were saying, my good sir.
Yes, I was basically saying that Dak did a lot of good things last night, and if we slow down on all the ridicule, we can pay attention to the fact that a lot of the things that happened were outside of Dak's control.
Okay.
Especially the fumbles. He can't control Zeke's fumble, which was a horrible call, by the way. Zeke did not fumble. That's first of all. There was a lot of home cooking going on in Saints Stadium, okay, in the Metrodome. Let's just put that on the table because Amari Cooper was getting held by Lattimore on a lot of those plays when I looked at it. All right, and as soon as he tries to get physical as well, he draws the flag. He said in his press conference afterwards in his interview with the media that that's the first time he ever got called for 2 offensive PIs in the game. All right, the first one he said could have went either way, but the second one he doesn't see how it was called. Mind you, Lattimore flopped. Like, let's stop it. You're holding him all the way through the route. You're impeding his progress. And as a matter of fact, when he sat on the route where the slant route that he sat on, I thought that was also pass interference. You can't sit on the route and impede the receiver's movement. You can't keep him from getting to his spot. He has a right to the spot just like you do, right? If he's running past you, you're supposed to open your hips and move with him. Sure, you can run ahead of him, but you can't stop him on the route. You're beyond 5 yards. How was that not pass interference, defensive pass interference?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I get it. We missed Gallup. We did. But at the same time, there was a lot of things that I just didn't agree with, as far as the calls are concerned. And a lot of that was outside of Dak's control. He balled out. He hung in the pocket like a man, made a lot of big throws. I wish we would have done more pre-snap motion to keep the defense guessing, because I've noticed in the past 3 games, when we go with our ghost motion or whatever, we tend to have more success. When we start off in twins and then motion the man over to form a bunch formation, we get success. When we start off in bunch and motion Coop over to form somewhat of like a flip trips or a twins formation on the other side, we get success, and we didn't do as much of that as we should have. And that's probably what frustrated me the most about the offense there, But, it is what it is. I just think that we need to slow down for a second and really dissect this game. It's a different game if we don't give the ball away. We win that game if we don't give the ball away. We were driving on several occasions, right? Totally Witten fumble, killed the drive. Zeke fumble, that was the first down, killed the drive. A lot of that. Coop, the pass interference, that's first downs.
Twice.
Kills the drive.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. Kills the drive. Dak is converting. Yep. We are running away with that game.
Yep.
We don't. If these calls don't happen, we are smoking the Saints, and I think people are forgetting that. If these things don't happen, the Saints are getting smoked in their house, and we're having a different conversation today. So I think we need to really take a second and dissect that game. That's really all I have to say, man. I love your channel. I tried to see how I could support. I tried to message you. I couldn't find the DM. But, man, appreciate you.
You can hit the link in my description to my Patreon. $1 a month means the world to me. I appreciate you, sir.
I'll give you several, brother. Will do.
Salute. That's fantastic. Oh, and
Appreciate
plus,
you.
Brooklyn, you're platinum now. So when I see Brooklyn, you just ain't sitting on the phone all day. I'm going to push you up to the front. See how this works?
My man, that's love.
There you go. All right. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3 more calls. Let's go ahead and get into this. We got a platinum caller right here called in late. Melvin. What's up, Melvin?
Hey, what's up, boss?
Everything, brother. What you got for the show?
Hey, man, let me just say this, man. Mm-hmm. Yesterday I was watching the live stream from All Nation, man, and after the game, people were talking about how we have to fire Nathan Garrett. Man, I'm about to say Linehan, but we about to fire Garrett, fire Zeke Elliott. Sure. Man, this what I gotta say. I will still pay, and I think that Elliott deserved every penny from that deal that he got.
Sure.
And with Dak, they were saying how we were supposed to fire Dak Prescott right away. He ain't doing good. In my opinion, I think he played well. And man, today in school, people were saying how the Cowboys suck and all that. But the Browns went against the Ravens and shit. Browns blew them by 40 points. But shit, I hear ESPN talk about that game.
If you don't mind me asking, my good sir, because you just said today at school, how old are you?
18.
Okay, we got a lot of diversity on my channel. I appreciate you. Go ahead, brother. Keep going.
But yeah, man. But I'm gonna say, man, the Cowboys defense, man, they played lights out. They held up with 12 points, 4 field goals. Sure. Hey, I think Lel Collins played good against Marcus Davenport.
Cam Jordan, yeah.
And shit, and it's just what I say, man. The run wasn't there.
Sure.
But like you said, if you blocked the A gap and blocked the Mike, who was Mike? I think it was Kiko Alonso.
Whoever the hell it was, yep.
Shit, you straight, but it is what it is. We just got to go ahead and play Green Bay. And I feel like it's just one win. The Cowboys are 3-1. The Eagles are they're worse. People wish they were 3-1 right now.
Right.
So I feel good about the Cowboys right now, man.
As you should, my good sir. Fantastic call. Do your homework and go to bed early and don't do drugs, all right? Get ready for prom.
Yes, sir. All right.
Get ready for prom.
All right, man.
Yeah, that boy say people at school. Thanks for calling, Melvin. I appreciate you. I'm grateful to have such a diversity of listeners because we know Hunter Grand Hood asked a call. We know Chief Red Country asked a call. We know Brooklyn's New York asked a call. Somebody called in and said howdy when they answered the phone. They just hit me with the howdy, y'all. And my man's Melvin is he's got to take the SAT next week. So a lot of diversity on the channel. You know what I mean? And the best part about it is I can relate to all those. I can also hit you with a howdy or a what's happening or a nah B, whatever you want to do. That's what we do here. Last call of the night. Let's make it a good one. 804. What's happening? Who this?
What's up, boss? This is Anthony, man.
What's up, man? What you got for the show?
Well, I've been sitting here listening to you for about an hour.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but you're not.
No, I feel it's all good. It's
okay.
all good. It's my first time calling
Gotcha.
in. I'm a
Gotcha.
little. I feel a little bit personally attacked. First of all, because I'm a little older. I'm 31.
Shucks.
So I'm just getting used to this chat, and second of all, I am the one that asked how you get platinum. So
okay,
I felt a little personally attacked there. Well, but I've been listening, and I just my biggest thing is I've been a Cowboys fan since birth, 31 years, and what I really noticed, and I'll have to be honest, as a true fan of the game,
sure.
I had a feeling that this game was going to go exactly the way that it did, just because it is tough when you come out and you play the opponents that we face, and I was a coach for 4 years, and I just know that when you play those kind of teams, we're going to go into the game with a swagger, but it's going to be a little bit of a
entitled
farce,
attitude. Yeah.
Exactly. So when you don't see
the edginess,
the caliber teams that we played as the Saints, it's going to be tough to really get in that rhythm. And for me, we can talk about the play calling, we can talk about the penalties, we can talk about the fumbles, but what it came down to is, for me, watching the Cowboys for as long as I have, it just felt like the energy wasn't there. When you saw some of the missed first downs and the throws, a couple of the drops that Cooper had, it just seemed like, a lot of those third down incompletions were just uncontested. It felt like there was just a lack of energy and a motivation, and almost like in a coast mentality. I think that you said it earlier. It was what you said earlier was just that we thought we were going to go in and just roll over.
Sure.
Roll over Bridgewater. We thought we were going to go in and take that by storm. I'm sure we were already looking at this game, thinking Breeze is already out. Some of us might have been already thinking about Green Bay and the Philly game coming up in a few weeks, and that's what it felt like to me. But I'm a true believer that this is probably the best loss that we could take.
I agree.
As a young team.
Yep.
As a young team, and as we do have a little bit of swagger and cockiness, which is fine, and I think that's a good way to be. But I think it's always good to be humbled, and I think this was the perfect time for it, and a good loss. It's weird to say a good loss, but we weren't going to go undefeated. That's happened 3 times in the NFL for a reason. I think I'm looking forward to what we can fix, and I think our adjustments were there. I think they were just too late. We got into a bend but don't break mentality the first 3 weeks, which we could survive because of the competition that we were playing. But I think, moving forward, I think a lot's going to change. I think Chris Richard and Marinelli are really going to, put it to those boys this week. And I think that Kellen's going to learn from it as well. This is only his 3rd game. He might have needed to be humbled as well. So I think, all that said, I think all valid points tonight. But I'm looking forward to see how we adjust, and I think that's going to prove more of who we are than how we played this week, because there really wasn't a lot that we could see on film to adjust to. But this gave us a good perspective moving forward, and I'm looking forward to see how we do with Green Bay. Really coming in the same position, so it's going to be a fight.
100% swag is cool, but we need a little bit of edginess just to kind of cut that a little bit. That's what we need.
I agree, man. I agree.
So, Ant, this was a good call, and you're platinum now. Salute to you, sir. Next time you call in, you will
awesome. I appreciate it. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
There you go. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Voch.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do, because this what we're going to do. Let me just, hold on. Let me just hit this button real quick. Let me cut that. Let me do this, and then I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to scroll. Let me clear my throat, so we can get this and hit the button. Let me hit that button. Let's just do this. We're going to do this thing here. We're going to get this thing right. We're going to hit this.
You have reached the voicemail box.
Nene going to call into the show, and then when I try to get into the show, then she want to hang up the phone. Call again. Pick up the phone. We're going to try this again. Because I'm childish. I'm childish as hell. Oh, Nene gonna answer this phone. Nene gonna answer this phone. Don't text me. Answer the phone. Don't text me. Answer the phone. Nene,
Yeah,
didn't you call the show line or whatever?
I did, but it was locked.
Yes, it was locked and it's still locked, but I'm calling you on the bat phone so I can get you in here. What's happening?
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
I did though. I did. What's happening? What's good?
I was just calling to give my thoughts.
Okay.
You know. I mean, I guess like this loss, it definitely hurts. You know, it sucks. Not only to lose, but to lose the way that we did. Like just the game in general was just ugly. Like it was just ugly.
Sure.
And
Will you stop giggling? What the hell? What are you doing?
I can't.
What are you?
I can't.
What
You
are
know
you?
I don't call in. I just.
But you
I
called.
mingle in the chat box.
But you called though. You initiated this. You consented to this call.
I know, but I changed my mind. You know, I can't change my mind.
It's not you want to talk. Tell us what you think about Robert Quinn.
Oh my God!
If I can help you along.
Quinn,
yeah.
Robert Quinn is an animal.
Sure.
Okay, he is an animal, and we really shouldn't have gave out no game balls last night because we lost. But if I had to give one out, it was going to him.
100%, absolutely.
And I just like honestly, I feel like I forgot in the off season how horrible it is dealing with Cowboys fans.
Yes.
It's like all the 80%ers just came out full force the second that we took our first L.
And see, Nene, this is what people don't understand. Like, I take a lot of that damage, you know? Like, if I didn't exist, it'd be a lot worse out here. But I'm letting people attack me so they don't have to attack y'all. I'm the one making them look crazy out here. So Hove did that. So hopefully y'all ain't got to go through that. You know what I'm saying?
I know you saw, like, I literally had to get off Twitter last night because all I saw was fire Garrett, promote Chris Richard, you know. Zeke ain't worth all the money we paid him. Dak, I told y'all Dak wasn't worth $30 million. And it's just like, oh, Dak and the whole offense got exposed.
But Nene, what I always say though, but Nene, what I always say, you cannot argue with who?
Stupid.
Civilians. You cannot argue with the civilians. I say that all the time. So, you know, it's whatever. Like that's what they're waiting on. But Cowboy fans, I'm telling you, we're gonna win a lot more games. We're gonna lose. Don't let them have more fun than you. We're gonna get back on track, and we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Everything's gonna be everything.
Okay, even I was listening to Brian Broderick today.
Sure. Yeah.
And he was saying how, you know, oh, it was a waste of game for our defense and it was a waste of game. And I just, like, I don't 100% agree because I just feel like anytime you step on that field, there's a chance for you to learn something, to grow in some kind of way. And so I just don't feel like it was a waste, you know, for our defense. I just feel like, you know, we knew it wasn't going to be easy going in there. And you know, the Saints, they rely on Drew Brees a lot. And I feel like every Saints player knew that they had to step it up and play at a different level. And I feel like our defense, you know, they kept us in the game, but our offense just couldn't get it done. It was a lot of missed opportunities. It looked like the O-line was struggling, but I'm going to wait for you to break that down because you see stuff that we don't see.
Yeah, I'll work on it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but everybody that's in the chat box listening right now, Nene is starting a fantasy football podcast. I think she's fantastic at her fantasy football analysis. She's in 2 of my fantasy football groups, and she beating the shit out of y'all. I think she's undefeated in the group, but and I am as well. So at some point we're gonna have to meet up.
I am.
Okay.
We 4-0.
Okay, both of us are 4-0 in both leagues. So, y'all gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a podcast. It's also gonna be on the YouTube platform. Does it have an you have a name for it? What's the name for it, Nene?
Why are you putting me on the spot?
The Fantasy Justice League Super Friends or something? Or something? What it is?
It's Fantasy Lineup Legends.
That's what it is. Why I say Super Friends? What am I talking about? Fantasy Lineup. So listen, y'all go search and listen, because it doesn't have a lot of subs, so you may or may not find it. But type Fantasy Lineup Legends and go sub to the channel. And so when that content comes out, y'all gonna be good. I'm telling you, I'm gonna raise this whole like a whole class of YouTubers, and it's gonna be fancy. I'm typing it in right now. Fantasy Lineup Ledge. I can't spell.
Oh my god.
I can't spell because I'm ignorant as hell. Damn, I spelled legends wrong. Damn. But yes, legends.
Well, I mean,
yes.
look,
Okay.
if we're gonna get some fantasy advice, I have some fantasy advice for Cowboys.
Okay. What you got then? Okay. Wait. Go ahead. Hit us with that exclusive on the Voch Lombardi show on the network right now. Hit us with that exclusive. What you got?
Like, look, 100%. I would say going into next week, the coming weeks, about the only player that I feel comfortable starting outside of, Coop and Zeke, which is a must start every week, no matter what, was Jason Witten. Like, he got the most targets yesterday. And Dak, he looks for him a lot. He gets where he needs to be. He finds the end zone usually, just not this week, but usually.
Right.
Right. I would play Jason Witten. I would plug him over, Randall Cobb or Devin Smith. Like, you just don't know who it's going to be. And I feel like if you had to really, really pick somebody from that Cowboys offense, then Jason Witten. But
especially on account that tight ends are just terrible as a whole this year. T.J. Hockenson was terrible relatively for 3 weeks. He was like tight end 11.
Oh my god,
he was tight end 11. God. So hey man, if y'all want to make a play, Dak is looking for Jason Witten, especially if you're in a PPR situation where you just looking for catches anyway. Go ahead and get Jason Witten and quit playing something. Look at that exclusive. See how easy that was? See how easy that was?
Stop.
That's what I bring to the table. That's what I do.
I just thought also, did you see how many elite wide receivers struggled this week?
Yeah.
I know I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
It happens. OBJ, fucking Julio Jones, shit, sure. Amari.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
All of them struggle, and I just feel like that's why depth and handcuff guys are so important. Like, if I'm picking up anybody, I'm picking up Mohamed Sanu. Because
you've been beating on this Mohamed Sanu table.
I have, but listen though.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
I have my reasons because I see Calvin Ridley. He's just that red zone target, and Julio Jones. He can't find the red zone, and he draws a lot of attention. And Mohamed Sanu, he really, really had a good game this week, and he got the most targets. I think he got 12 targets or something like that. He got the most targets on the team, and I just feel like I know I was beating on this drum even when he wasn't doing nothing, but I just feel like he's a really, really good. He's a handcuff guy. He's somebody that you're going to need, and I feel like their schedule the rest of the year is kind of favorable, and I'm just saying, you don't have to agree.
Hey man, that's that knowledge, man. I'm dropping the link to her channel in the chat box right now, y'all. Hell yeah, y'all show some love and y'all go hold it down. Who is this talking crazy? What they say? Hold on, say. Still waiting for that game review with Deuce. Hey man, I was gonna do a pre-game show with Deuce, but Deuce was busy, so I'm not scared of y'all, man. I walked in the middle of Deuce show last year and dared somebody to say something. I'm not scared of y'all. Anyway, so Nina, you ain't got to plug your stuff because I'm already dropping thousands of links in the description. So, in the chat box. So when they click it and subscribe to it, whenever you drop your first video, you'll have people watching. So thanks for calling in, Nina. Or well, shit, I called you, so shit, I get. All right, bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye. What the hell wrong with y'all, man? What's wrong with y'all, man? What's the issue? Listen, y'all. Bad game, terrible game, but execution errors. Like I said, I don't think we have a talent problem. We had some execution issues. If we execute a little better, we play a little better, and that's just the motion. You know what I'm saying? Fantastic show. I think the show is better than the game, actually. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna drop film sessions throughout this week. If I drop a film tomorrow, it'll be later on in the day because, like I said, I get to go fishing tomorrow, so I'm going to be enjoying my time with that. And what was I about to say? Yeah, tune in all week. Because we're going to be breaking down the Saints game. Breaking down the Saints game and previewing the Packers game. So y'all hold it down for me, man. Y'all hold it down for the Doski, Woski, the Peasky, Weesky. I got some ads to roll, so y'all just tune in and watch my ads. I appreciate y'all. Until next time. Cable bills. They send me a Fire Stick, plug that thing into the HDMI. Now I get unlimited shows, movies, and live TV. I'm a huge sports fan, so I love League Pass, Sunday Ticket, and I get the pay-per-view fights for free. There's something for the whole family. You can buy a Fire Stick for every TV in the house and still spend less money than you would on cable. That's affordablesticks.com. There's a link in my description. You should go click it. Cut the cord, man. The YouTube Illuminati is taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that's subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. After canceling my cable, I saved $2,400 this year by switching to Beast TV through channelsforcheap.com. Some people pay $200+ a month. I paid $120 a year, or you can go $15 a month if that's what's convenient for you. You get 2,500 HD channels. 1,000 of those are in English, and there are plenty of other international channels, TV Guide, and we get all the sports. One of my favorite things is multi-screen feature. So if I don't know what I want to watch, I can tune into 4 different channels at one time that you can watch on 4 different devices, and it's available on Fire Stick, smart TVs, tablets, and if you're on the go, you can watch TV on your phone. Hit the link in my description or go to channelsforcheap.com where you can get a free 7-day trial. That's a whole week for you to just sit down and play with it and see what you like about it, then come back and make a purchase. If you have any questions, go to channelsforcheap.com, hit this little button right here, and they'll respond to you immediately. That is channels4cheap.com. The link is in the description. I highly recommend it. Let's do it.